Yeah, and I think that's just generally the nature of what happens when you're landing the main part of Stark, is if you have it and you're able to win it, you win it very hard, and it gives you kind of a larger percentage of being able to convert in the late game. It gives you tons of options for being able to control the high ground, and then also just gives you priority rotations when it comes to these rifts around the map. But as we say that, the priority rotation's coming through, some AR bullets, and you know Micho doesn't want to eat any of those shots with only 5 builds and no excess shields. Instead, find some shockwaves, and might be the only time he's ungrateful to see shockwaves, because if he doesn't find any shields, he's not going to get a chance to use them. And oh, look, our friends are back. That's Jaspe, Moraine, and Leneuf pressuring them on and out away as we're going to hop on over here. Hero Park, Outer World, Paco, Jachi, Wave Advise, trying to fight off some people around this old ghost base. One of my favorite, and I think the few hyper viable scavenger routes. I think you can make most scavenger routes work. This one works very, very, very well just because of the chest density, the rifts, and the amount of available material in the nearby area. Like some of those rocks you can hit, and literally I think they give you like 250 plus brick.
Paco had more sniper elims on day one himself, and that's total 4 than any other team. So
it's only because Thomas HD isn't here.
Yeah,
come on, Thomas didn't qualify this weekend. I'll give him his credit, but like Thomas guaranteed is good for like at least 6 by the time we're at this point. So we'll give him the second best sniper in EU. And get some additional. Oh, he found it just at the last second. The replay caught up, but he snagged Lol Boom out of the sky. The Irishman again being unfortunate with catching those snipes, and they got a second one. So we talk about those teams who have to, and I mean literally have no other option. Even with series points from today, they wouldn't make it. They have to finish in the top 15. Bondik, Koro, and Nana making a push, slowly their way up the leaderboard, Sancho. You can see right now, Refsguard, Stompy, and Scram just sneaking through the bushes on the backside here. The unfortunate trio rotating late out of the ruins. It was taken over. Midas seeking his revenge, but right now, Refsguard gonna find a little bit of revenge, picking up the Virtus Pro player there. Jamside going down. Refsguard playing for E11. Vitality Stompy also going forward on the side. Letwick hanging out on the back, just opting to throw some shots there from a safe distance, not wanting to necessarily close the gap, as Jamside will get converted on there. They'll steal the shockwaves, they'll steal whatever excess materials from there, and then eventually make their rotation out. And they're actually going to opt to bouncer shockwave, but they did it really poorly, so Refsguard is now going to burn both of his shockwaves to then get in the river. And ultimately, yeah, you got a point there, but the fact that you burned a shockwave, 2 crash pads, and a bouncer to have to get it, and you're still taking storm damage,
not enough return for a 1-point elim, and now we're seeing other fights came breaking out here near the Slurp factory here, and this is a kind of another thing that we've been seeing, these kind of existing tunnels having some strange box fighting tendencies, and it's going to be very tight and congested as Loft gets taken down right then and there. And Bondi, Koro, and Nana, we're talking about them going and moving forward slowly but surely, and that's going to be more confident elims that they're needing, and knowing that they could solidify their opportunity to get into the heats with a top 15 finish.
But all of a sudden, after back-to-back games where they're racking off eliminations and pushing up, they've got 30-plus points today. I believe they've nearly doubled their point total even from yesterday already. So, I mean, just doing so incredibly well. But right now, Kumu trying to do well by himself, gets the conversion on 1 second crash pad to create a little bit of distance, trying to do it all by his lonesome, as we've seen so many EU trios fall down to.
And this is one of those teams that are currently sitting in the last place in the total leaderboard standings, but that doesn't mean these, there's no L's there. Making it this far is a victory in itself. Talk about the top 0.01% of the European region, and they're here to fight, and they're taking out someone who's already qualified. This is going to be a great way to build on in their professional careers. Kumo trying to get all by himself, the solo star, and no, again, the lobby pressure too strong. The lobby focus could take out the best of the best, and Kumo gets taken out right then and there. But
who's trying to get it going through, but right now you can see Andelek sitting on 4 eliminations. Janice, plenty of room on the side, but again, We've talked about Henninko and how they've been so very good when they don't get caught right on the outside of zone. That's what happened there. And also missing out on placement points. We saw the shambles they went through early on. Mitro and Tayson going down in 19th. They will fall. Legendary will also get ticked over as now placement points will come through. Storm Surge turns off. We have our top 40 in the top half of the competition.
And at the top, it is Marine, Jasper, and Lunef, who have been combating Mongrel's trio at Stark Industries. But we are now seeing one of the big-time stars here in the FNCS trio, Hen, literally becoming a legend in front of our eyes, representing that Becoming Legends sport organization. And now Deceptos, Patrick here, they're looking good here, Sundown. They're looking good.
Deceptos literally I'm pretty sure he just dropped Hen in Epic Shotgun. I think he took the uncommon one and Hen took the epic shotgun. You can see Hen literally, he has the flopper, he has the epic shotgun. When we talk about having faith in your teammates and having one who's super clutch, yes, we saw Patrick go down, but Hen and Deceptus were able to come up huge. These two have been the ones who have elevated their gameplay specifically this weekend. Hen had a fantastic week too as well, but this weekend Hen has been the star of the show, and right now he's looking to add another season to it as he's trying to find some AR shots on the backside of the zone, and this is when he generally does his best work.
Yeah, taking a look here, it's the mat situation that may get them canceled here right now, but what a great teamwork play right there. That's what it's all about. But we're seeing some strong teamwork play at top for a brief moment here. Only one flopper, it connects. Hen is still up, Deceptos is still up, and they're gonna have a crazy battle in the mid ground, and they were able to get some hard mats here, but can they survive the chaos that's unfolding? You have the mid ground that's being so stacked, and the high ground is a strong trio, but look at it, they're really high. They're gonna have to find a way down to kind of keep this pressure. If not, they're gonna have to lose height. But the story is the low ground, and we've been seeing this trio right here, iDrop, Vettel, Stursix, fight hip to hip and be such a very strong low ground trio, just like the Exet boys in NA East.
And Henninko will get taken out in 13th, but up on the high ground was the team who was able to force out Mitro, Mongrel, and Tayson. They were going to be able to put plenty of pressure on the rest of the lobby, but you can also see my prediction still being able to go through Nikos, Clement, and Floki, picking up some eliminations on the opposite side of this zone as we see Stursik executing a really good side tarp. I don't necessarily know if he needs the tarp on the outside to his right. There's no zone pulling there, but it's good in case the 8th zone does end up going that direction. And right as I say that, the zone will go off on that side. But now Jaspe, Moraine, and Leneuf, do they have enough material to maintain the high ground as Jerky's going up on the backside? So we have iDrop in the bottom right hand corner right now. You can see in the top right trying to do whatever he can, going up on the high ground, getting some pressure on the top, not quite able to find the shots yet. Will connect as his teammate is ending up going down, but he finds a huge shot. That's Leneuf being taken down there, and he will be able to get the conversion. Second shockwave, keeping him back into the zone right now.
And that is Fremont cooking up on that top right, but iDrop is doing so well down below with this trio. We got a full trio down below doing so much damage and getting elims, racking them up. They have 7 elims right now as we're in a top 7 situation, and we're showing you how hard it is to hold height as iDrop gets an elim and a confirmation on ZQ. So ZQ, the ultimate rejection, the swatter, was getting taken out, and that's a big time elim considering that ZQ could heat up all of a sudden out of nowhere. But Fremont is the solo story that we're watching at the moment. Seventor and Link are gone. Can Fremont have a clutch performance as his trio is having a pop-off game in itself?
Yeah, Captain Clutch, can he do it? Indeed, you see Crashbat out from the high ground, but not sure to what effect. They simply seem to just be sending themselves up for the sake of going up, maybe out of builds and not able to go. And you can see Fremont is all of a sudden on high ground by himself, so a little bit of patience, and now the other two trios are fighting out in the low ground. But we talked about just how freaking important getting to the top 3 is and the extra placement points, and right now Fremont out of builds. He says no problem, drops down, finds Vettel, and the thing is, once you find the trio who's hip to hip, and once they're broken, it's so easy. He uses the shockwave to send himself up. He throws the second one to make sure the player goes out, and now it's him against the world, and he says no problem. He wants the 8th elimination. Floki trying to put it together and to bring it back, but it's going to take a miracle to end the run of Captain Clutch, aka user 2 C3ED112A3. That's Fremont doing it for his entire team. Crashpad sending him up, but now all of a sudden he's lost the priority. But we know Floki has no HP, doesn't have the HP lead, gonna get ticked down there, and Fremont
Hen Disciptos Putrick, though they were slowly closing the gap, now again they've pulled out ahead. You've got Janice there and Alex, X-Squeeze, aka Duck on top, who are trying to close the gap.
Yeah, and it was Kinzel, Wolfies, and CRR that were pushed out of that top 5. Their goal today, though, is to stay in the top 15. Their goal for day 2 is just going to be overall